Today I'll be deciding which team will win the World Cup, but I'm not going to do it based on my incredible football knowledge. No, football isn't based on strength anymore, it's based on money and style. And I don't have any knowledge about money, but I do know a little bit about style, namely football shirts. So today I'll be predicting the winner of the 2022 World Cup based on their home shirt. That means that I will rank every single shirt from every group from 4th to number 1. Number 1 being the best shirt and number 4 being the worst shirt of the group. Then I'll proceed to the knockout stages using the same system as the official World Cup uses. So we'll rank the number 1 versus number 2 of another pool, etc, etc. It will be clear when I move on to the video. So without further ado, let's start off with the first group, Group A. Group A consists out of these 4 countries, and I'll start off with Senegal because, yeah, in my opinion, they do have the worst home kit from this group. I mean, Puma have done a bad job with almost every shirt, and the Senegal home shirt is no exception. Moving on to the host of this World Cup, Qatar, of course. They did it very legit. We all know how it went. Their shirt is number 3. I do like the centralized badge, but it does look a bit off, if you guys know what I mean. So they are 3rd for me, so unfortunately they don't progress. And number 2 is actually my country, the Netherlands. I did say that I liked the shirt in the other release video that I did on my channel, but I've seen it in person now and I actually do not like it anymore, so that's why they're 2nd. And number 1, in my opinion, it's a very clear, very good looking shirt. You know, nothing special, but it's a very classy shirt. It's Ecuador with their home shirt. I like the yellow. The manufacturer is also a strange one, which I kind of like. So yeah, congratulations to Ecuador and the Netherlands. Moving on to Group B, and I will start off with the last one, which is the USA. I mean, yeah, they have been kind of treated badly by Nike there. Moving on to number 3 is actually England, which also don't have a very great shirt. A lot of people like it. I don't so yeah, no, I don't like it. And number 2 is actually Iran, just a little bit better than the USA and England. I'm not saying that I like the shirt a lot, but it's just a little bit better than the other 2 shirts. And at number 1, in my opinion, one of the best shirts at this World Cup is the Wales home shirt. I think this is a future classic. The design is very cool, but it's also very simplistic and elegant. So yeah, that's why Wales is number 1 for me. Moving on to Group C, and I will start off with the last one, which is Poland. I mean, it's a simple shirt, nothing special. I kind of like it, but the other kits are just better. Moving on to number 3 is actually Saudi Arabia with a very cool kit. Simple design as well, but it has a little bit more flair than the Poland one, so that's why it's ranked number 3. And number 2 is the Argentina kit. I mean, this is like the standard Argentine kit which we have seen for the past years, but yeah, I still kind of like it. And number 1 is Mexico with a great kit. They could have taken it a bit further with the design in my opinion, but still it's a very good shirt and they're number 1 in this group. Moving on to Group D, I will start off with the last one, which is Australia. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not a huge fan of this shirt. At number 3 is actually France. I mean, the shirt is great, but it's just a little bit too simple in my opinion. So that's why they're number 3, but it's still a great shirt. At number 2 is actually Denmark with a very cool all red home shirt. I think they did this kit, you know, in honor to all the people that died during the build of the stadiums and because of the human rights violations that Qatar is committing. So, you know, all good to that. And at number 1 is actually a very unknown country, Tunisia. I think their kit is very cool, manufactured by Kappa. The only Kappa kit at the World Cup actually, so Kappa have done a great job with Tunisia. And yeah, I think this is the best kit in this group. Group D is actually the group with the best shirts. So yeah, fortunately we have to say goodbye to countries like France because the kit is great, but unfortunately the other 2 are just a little bit better. So moving on to Group E, I'll start off with number 4, which is Spain. I mean, it's too standard for me. I don't like it. It's a Spain shirt. And I mean, we've seen this shirt for the past years, and I was hoping for something more special. Moving on to the next one is Costa Rica, of course, with another very standard shirt. I prefer just a little bit more than the Spain one, but they're like equal to me. Moving on to number 2 is Germany with a very cool shirt with the centralized Germany badge and the centralized Adidas logo as well. It looks class, it looks very elegant, and it looks like a true World Cup winner's shirt in my opinion. But unfortunately they are in the same group as Japan, and Japan has manufactured an absolute gem of a World Cup kit. I mean, just look at it, it's amazing. The design is very, very cool, and Japan have just been blessed with this home shirt. So Japan is number 1 for me in this group. Moving on to Group F, at number 4 we have Morocco. I mean, do I have to say anything? It's just ugly. Moving on to number 3 is Canada. The shirt is very standard. It's not beautiful. It's not very ugly. I mean, it's Moving on to number 2 is Croatia. I do like the design with the centralized badges and the centralized Nike thick. The design with where the squares aren't symmetrical, I kind of like it, but I think it will get boring very, very soon, so that's why I ranked it second. And the number 1 is Belgium. I necessarily don't like this kit very much, but it's better than the other ones. So it's the least worst from all of them. Moving on to Group G with number 4, Switzerland. Puma, once again, didn't do a very good job. At number 3 we do have Cameroon. I kind of like the design, but I think they could have gone for a more daring, more out there design in my opinion. It still feels a bit standard. So yeah, that's why they're number 3. At number 2 is actually Brazil with a very cool shirt. I do not like the little pattern with the white. It does look like there are some stains in the shirt, in my opinion. So yeah, not really a number 1 for me, so that's why they're ranked second. And at number 1 is actually Serbia with a very cool, clean kit. I like the combination of the darker red and the gold, which gives it a very royal look, if you guys know what I mean. So Serbia, congratulations. And then moving on to the last group with number 4, Ghana. Once again, a Puma shirt. And I mean, this one, in my opinion, is just the worst. I mean, just what the hell is even this? Moving on to number 3 is Portugal. I kind of like the design where they've gone for a diagonal stripe, half in half shirt, but it's not really great, isn't it? Moving on to number 2 is Uruguay with a very, very cool classy shirt. Puma have done either very good with the classic shirts and very bad with the more out there designs. So yeah, stick to the classic, simplistic designs. Puma is my advice for the next World Cup. And at number 1 is actually South Korea. I mean, look at this shirt. It's amazing in my opinion. It's a very cool design. The design is very out there. It's very daring. It's very cool. The color combinations as well. So yeah, South Korea are the rightful winner in this group. Up next are the knockout stages. But before I start with that, if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe to my channel for more football shirt content, and comment down below which shirts you think are the best in each group, and play this game for yourself so you can decide which team or which country will win the World Cup based on their home shirt. I'm very, very curious to your winners, so please share them with me in the comments. And yeah, having said that, I'll continue to the knockout stages. By the way, I'll be using the official FIFA matchup system. So if you have questions why some teams are ranked against others, it's because I've used the official FIFA ranking system, or the official matchup system, to say it like that. So yeah, if you want to know more about that, you know, Google it yourself. I'm too lazy to explain it to you. Moving on to the Netherlands, Wales, which I have to give to Wales. I mean, I will eliminate my own country, but yeah, then again, the shirt isn't that great. So yeah, I'm sorry, Nike. You could have done better. Moving on to the next match, which is Mexico-Denmark. And in my opinion, Mexico has a very, very good kit. The Denmark one is very great as well, but the Mexican one is just so good. The next match is between Argentina and Tunisia wins this one for me. The Argentina shirt is just a bit too standard for me, and the Tunisia one has a very cool out there design, so I have to give that one to Tunisia. Up next is Japan versus Croatia. This one is very easy. Japan, of course. Up next is Germany versus Belgium. This one is very easy as well. Germany. Sorry, Belgium, but yeah, not a very great shirt. Next is Serbia versus Uruguay. This is a very hard one in my opinion, because they both have very classical looking shirts, but I do prefer the Uruguayan one just a little bit more because of the little button that is included, which gives it a just a bit more of an authentic, classical, older vibe than the Serbia one. And the last match in the round of 16 is between Brazil and South Korea. And of course, South Korea have to win this one. So that concludes the round of 16. Let's move on to the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, we see Ecuador versus Wales. And I have to give this one to Wales. Wales have a bit more out there design. It's just a little pattern inside the shirt that's done it for me. So Wales will continue to the semi-finals. Up next is Mexico versus Tunisia, and once again I have to give this one to Tunisia. I think I'm going to get a lot of stick for this, but I think the design all over the shirt is just a bit better than the design from Mexico, which is only going to, you know, like halfway over the shirt. You guys know what I mean, right? In my opinion, the Tunisia shirt is just a little bit more out there because of the whole shirt that's in the same design. So yeah, Tunisia are going to the World Cup semi-finals as well. I mean, who would have thought that? Up next is Japan versus Germany, and I have to give this one to Japan. Japan shirt is just a bit more jazzy, and I'm very into that. I like it a lot, but the Germany one is very, very, very cool as well. But yeah, I mean, two very good shirts. Only one can win, so Japan will win this one. And last but not least are Uruguay versus South Korea, and South Korea has to win this one. Also because the design is a bit more out there, a bit more jazzy. Uruguay with a great shirt as well, but unfortunately they're getting knocked out. Moving on to the semi-finals, and who would have thought to see a World Cup semi-final between Wales and Tunisia? I certainly won't predict this because you will lose a lot of money, so don't. But when you're predicting the World Cup based on football shirts, anything is possible, right? Speaking about the match up between Wales and Tunisia, I have to give this one to Tunisia once again. So they're the World Cup finalists. It's so ridiculous, but yeah, once again the design is just a bit more out there. But yeah, right now it's just such a tough decision. But I have to give this one to Tunisia. The other semi-final is between Japan and South Korea, and in my opinion, the Japan design is just so good. I mean, the Korea one as well, but the Japan one is just so much better. So we'll see a World Cup final between Tunisia and Japan. And speaking about that World Cup final, there only can be one winner, right? Japan, congratulations on winning my virtual World Cup based on home shirts. And Tunisia, well, very good runners-up actually. So great design for them as well. And that will conclude this video for today. If you like this kind of strange video, I'm not sure whether you guys will like it, so please let me know. And if you don't, yeah, then you don't. Please let me know as well, because then I won't make a video on the away shirts. But if you did like this and you are curious to see which country will win based on the away shirts, please let me know. Then I will make another video specifically for the away shirts. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like, subscribe to my channel for more football shirt content. Another football shirt hunting is coming very, very soon. Comment down below which shirt should win the World Cup in your opinion. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, have a great day. Bye!